Wait, so is Justice getting adopted or not?
Huh?
Is Justice getting adopted or not?
Well, they find some people that want to adopt him, but I mean, your mother don't think it's the best place for. Not that the people are nice, not nice people. You don't think the best place for Justice to go. And then we found that them people. They said that these people wanted to adopt Justice, but your mother talked to the lady and said that that Emily's people told them this is the best fit. In other words, they're trying to push Justice on these people. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Not that they wanted to. So me and your mother thinking, okay, if Justice stays here, we want him to go to a family where we know that he's going to be somebody's not taking him in just for the money, or his whole lifestyle is going to change. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, because when Justice came, he came in foster care at 4 years old. 4 or 2, one or the other. I think it was 4 or 2. So when they come in that young, they always have you get labeled to be adopted. So they never change that. If you come in when you're 12 or 6 or 10, you usually come in and stay in foster care just until you get on your own. You know what I mean? You're not mandatory to adopt. So Justice got to stay up and say that he wanted to do any more adoption things. But your mother decided she don't want to adopt it. Justice going to be too much stuff down the line. After you guys get up and get out of school, get on your own, she don't want to be responsible for no more. You guys go enough to be on your own and have your own families, your own friends, your own partner, your own job. All you guys got to do is get a good education.
I didn't even know that when you're a foster parent, you could live in an apartment. I thought you had to live in a house.
No, you can live in an apartment. But you got to have, once you have 2 bedrooms. Or if you have 2 foster kids, 3 bedrooms. Because everybody has to have their own bedroom. Everybody has to have their own bedroom. So, because some people live up in Cape. They don't have, Taunton has a lot of land. A lot of people have houses. There's apartments too, but they have the yard and stuff. If you live in the city, they don't have a lot of land. So everything's apartment like Boston. Apartment complexes, and they call them condos, but they're still apartment. Condo means co-op. There's other people that's in that building with you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You walk in someplace, every somebody's house is like 3 or 4. Like, whose house? Rochelle's. When you walk in, there's a first floor, second floor, and third floor. Mm-hmm. So if everybody took and brought their floor, like this is my apartment, this guy owns his apartment, the other people, then there's a condo, a co-op. But when you live there and you rent, then say to your mother, we had a house, like my house in Providence. Mm-hmm. I rent that to my sons and Sony and them. You know what I mean? So I own the house, but they rent from me. They live there. When I die, then they'll probably take over the. Foster kids, the same thing. They come here, they pay us to rent out your house, to bring foster kids in the house. You know what I'm trying to say, Tyler? Because you have to open up a room. One thing on that, there's a lot of issues that go along with foster care that you got to deal with, because some of these kids come from tough backgrounds and broken families, and Justice can't only see his mother once a year. Justice only can see his mother once a year.
Why?
Because the mother, when she had Justice and another one of her sons, could be like bad economy, no job. She could no longer afford to take care of him. So she did the right thing. She gave him the foster care to the people who can take care of him. You know what I mean? But once she did that, she gave up her parental rights. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So the state takes up your kids, but you have visitation rights. And once you give up your rights to that, and then you only have visitation rights. So I'd rather see kids go to foster care and live there than live home with their family and get mistreated or beaten or child abuse. You know what I mean, Tyler?
Yeah.
And sometimes people are angry. They, what I have this kid for? I can't take care of him now. My husband left me with the 3 kids. I'm by myself. And she come home angry every day. And she don't mean to take it out on the kids. It's not the kids, it's the circumstances. You know what I mean? Because it's like tough for her. I'm sure after when your father Juan passed away, your mother's by herself for you and her. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it was tough on your mother. And just like Marilyn. When me and Marilyn left, and I was stuck with Justice and Evan. You know what I mean? And Sharon. And I couldn't take care of him by myself. And lucky Sharon was older. And Justice came here because Marilyn said anything ever happened to her, because Marilyn was sickly, that she told me to ask Deji would she consider taking care of Justice, because she didn't want Justice to go to your house, which your mother decided to do. So people have all kinds of circumstances. It's like I was young like you. My father left my mother and my sister when he was like 2 and 4 years old. And I didn't have, then my stepfather brought me up. I was like 11 years old, about your age, 11, when my mother remarried again, like your mother did. I had a real good stepfather. He was nice to us. He made my mother's life better. And then my mother had 5 other kids. First was me, my sister, till I was like 12 years old. And then my mother had 5 other kids after she got married. It was my stepfather kids, still my brothers and sisters, but just like you have brothers and sisters that Juan had other kids, you know what I mean, Tyler?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with that, but the Bible says it's not good for men to be alone. The Bible made it so that men and women are supposed to have a family, help one another. It's like now, me and your mother. Your mother's much better off now because I'm always here to help her. I'm